I want to share my thoughts on a much loved watch in the watch community, especially for one being a quartz watch, which many don't get the attention that they probably could if they were just given a chance. But there's no arguing the fact that the attention to this one was certainly enhanced by another YouTuber way early on. You guys, I'm talking about TGV, you know who I'm talking about. And I got to straight up tell you, the guy was not wrong. This is a killer watch. This is my first time looking at one. I don't know why I was so reluctant to try one. I don't know. I just kind of didn't do it. And then there was a moment where it seemed like they were disappearing, but now it seems like they're still available. I don't remember what the early prices were, but if I look right now, I think you can get these for around $225 brand new. If you look on the used market, I'm sure you can pick them up for like 150, 180 bucks, something like that. But great size, great looking watch, and just overall, like this is easily like could be an everyday watch for somebody, and really cool, busy dial, but still legible enough that you can just glance at it and get the time and date if you want. Of course, you have the slide rule. Really smooth, easy manipulation of that. If you are witty enough to figure out the formulas, good on you. I'm not even going to begin to look at those, but there's an insane amount of math that can be had done with the slide rule. Some easy math, some difficult math. I've watched a couple of videos on it, but I'm never going to use it. So it's cool that it's there. I think I appreciate the aesthetics of it and everything like that, but it's not functional for me. Of course, this is the Seiko sna411 or the Seiko Flightmaster chronograph. It houses the Seiko quartz chronograph movement, the 7T62, which has about a 3-year battery life on it. There's no jewels in the movement. It's not like crazy special movement or anything like that, other than the fact that, it's a chronograph and it's accurate to plus or minus 15 seconds per month is what Seiko is claiming on this movement. The case size is the key here. 41.53 millimeter is what I measure on the case, not the bezel. The bezel is a little bit wider than the case, but not much, so we're just going to stick with the case measurement. The lug to lug is a 44.11 is what I measured, and that is the watch lugs if you were to take the bracelet off. You can see the bracelet end link there, which is solid. Actually protrudes out a little bit, and you can actually even see a little pinhole there, which is the first attachment for the center link. But if you measure the effective lug to lug with a bracelet on, it's actually like 49.5 millimeter. So if you like, some people like this bracelet, some people hate it. I think it's actually a pretty nice bracelet. I think it ties in really nice with the watch, but I could see where people would maybe throw it on an elastic strap. This would actually look really good with it. This is the Erica's original. Of course, endless amount of NATOs you could put on this thing, or a really nice leather strap would also be appropriate. The thickness, including the domed out hardlex there, is, I measure it like 13 mil. And then the lug width is 20 mil. Non-tapering bracelet stays at 20 mil. I can give you a wrist shot here real quick. This will be on my 7.25 inch wrist. It feels absolutely perfect. There's no other way to describe it. And I actually like the bracelet. I like the clasp. There's only 2 micro adjusts. It's standard Seiko affair flip lock with the double pushers. A little rattly, but not like SKX Jubilee or rattly. I mean, because it does have the solid end links too. A lot of that rattles right here in this pressed clasp. But screw down crown, 200 meter water resist. I mean, you guys, this watch has been out a while. You guys know all about it. So of course, you're going to be able to hack and adjust the time and all that good stuff. But having a screw down crown and screw down pushers on this caliber, size, and like I can see why there's a massive draw to this. Like this is a really cool watch. Plus it's going to have, I'll give a lume shot at the end, it's going to have really good Seiko lume. So you can get the chronograph hand going there, ticking away. You can do all those functions. Obviously you're not going to do it while you're underwater or swimming or anything like that. You want to keep all those screwed down to make sure you have that true 200 meter water resist. No one's ever going to go that deep with this watch, I'm sure. possibly with some other watches, but certainly not this one. Screw down case back is going to make for battery changing easy. The movement in this guy, or the battery in this guy originally is the SR927W. Most people aren't going to source that one. You're going to convert it over to either a 395 or a 399 cell. I'll try to put that information in the description as well. I'm not going to pull the battery out and do a battery change. That's pretty easy stuff, you guys. You just unscrew the case back and make sure you got one of those cells ready so you're not going to open and close it a bunch of times. Use some plastic tweezers or something, pop the old battery out, pop the new one in. You could even put a little bit of Seiko silicone grease on the gasket to make sure you keep that water resistance, and screw the case back down. Pretty standard affair. So you can stop it, you can reset it. Pretty slick watch, guys. So if you, like me, avoided this for some reason, I mean, at some point, I think these are going to be depleted. I'm not really sure they're manufacturing, if they're still in production or not, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if you thought about getting one, I mean, it plays with the light too, with all that writing and the printing on there. That yellow seconds hand ties in with all the compass yellow markings on the slide rule and everything. There's a lot of depth to this dial. So it's a very interesting watch indeed. And then it has a nice enough like coin edging here, and then on all the screw down bits and stuff like that, it just reflects light good. So nice handset, applied Seiko logo, a lot of printing, plus the sub dials. It's busy but fun, perfect size, great price, not a whole lot to complain about. Just for kicks, I'm going to show you it next to my Zen 104. You can see very similar in size, like near identical in size. So both great watches. This one, most of us can afford. This one, you know, you might have to save a couple bucks for it. Worth it still, but if you're looking for something similar at a fraction of the price, I know it's a totally different watch, guys. I get it, but I'm just saying size-wise and feel and everything like that. This is a really good value proposition here. So close you out with a loom shot, and then I guess we'll just call it a night. I'll probably see you in the next vid. There you go. You can see, of course, the monster's showing off over there on the left, but you can see it's got great Seiko loom like you would expect. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you very soon on the next video.